Qonging, and we've been doing this series. It's called Qongers, fellow Qongers. I think I'm still struggling to even call this what to call these women, but they are Qongs, definitely Qongs. And today I have one of the most Qongs of all Qongs that I know. I'm just bringing you guys my friends so that you can also meet them and see just how amazing friends I have. And this is an amazing lady of God, WOG, woman of God. She's gifted in so many things. Like, I don't even know to say what she does. I don't even know what she does. What do you do? I don't know what she does. And she's also just a really amazing friend. You know those people who you just love that they're in your corner. They never actually are you. When they have money, you have money. When they're broke, you're broke too, by the way. But I want to welcome you. I will not introduce you. I want to do you to do yourself justice. So tell us, who are you?
First of all, who was that was described? Because am I that great?
All of you.
Am
You
I that
really
great?
are.
Thank you. My name is Diana Furaha. Baby girl of Jesus, a great woman of God. Jesus is my lover, my friend, my everything. A mother of one very amazing, beautiful girl, soon to be 4 year old. A daughter, a sister, a friend, an entrepreneur. My 1, 2, 3 in Nairobi. That's what I do. But yeah, this is basically me.
You know, I'm grappling with this in my mind. I try to prepare questions, but I struggle sometimes to prepare questions. And I have a question that I'm not so sure we want to answer.
Okay.
How did we meet? You don't have to answer.
Yeah.
And it will be guys, this will be very incriminating to me. These are some of the villain stories, But I think just tell us, how did we meet? Gosh.
Very few words.
Very
I come to
few
you as a
words.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I come to you
I
as
come
a
to
woman.
you as a woman. Yeah, I come to you as a woman. And that's it. How many years later? It's been so long. What?
Wow, that was 2017. You came
20
to me as a woman in
in
2017.
2017.
It's been 6 years now. You know, how many times do people come to each other as a woman and end up to be almost
Right?
best of friends?
Right? That was. I wouldn't. Okay, I'm not gonna say the
Oh
story,
my
but yeah,
God. Maybe
more or
this
less
is
it's
the I
been
come
that.
to you as a
I come
woman
to you as a woman episode. Please call it that. I come to you as a woman. But what? It's been 6 years.
It has been
That's
6 years.
Okay.
It has been 6 years. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
They should write the story in our eulogy.
Yes.
I come to you
Please.
as a woman.
Please.
And maybe it's a good place to start.
Okay.
Like, where were you when you were coming to me as a woman? Like, I feel like it is a very interesting headspace that I found you at, which I think is the reason as to why we ended up being friends eventually. But where were you as a person when you were coming to me as a woman?
Yeah. So that's 2017. I was barely 19. Barely.
Barely 19.
Shock. I was barely 19.
How old was I? I was, I'm not scared to say my age, but 6 minus the years that I am turning tomorrow, is 9 minus 6, is 23. I was 23. Okay.
Oh, you're actually quite young.
I was 23, yeah.
So I was barely 19.
Okay.
I was almost turning 19. First relationship. Very, amazing guy. Yeah, quotes in quotes. But so I was in a space where I felt I was lost or loved and then lost, and I was struggling to hold on to this person. And then again, there's so many things happening, almost change of religion, by the way, just because of love. So by the time I was coming to know you, I was, well, very deep in a very toxic relationship, very toxic, emotionally manipulating. But yeah, I was in a very deep space that I didn't want to come out of. So I was just looking for things to make me come out of it. Then again, I ended up staying. All those things were happening. So yeah.
But I'm very curious at as like, what does 18-year-old D look like? Like, what have you gone through? what's happening in your life
Yeah.
before we even come to, the toxicity of the
Okay.
relationship you are in. But like, where was 18-year-old D? Because that was 18.
That was 18.
Yeah. And I call her D, by the way. That's why I would
Yeah.
say D. Yeah.
Fresh out of high school. Um, that was the time my parents were going through a divorce. So that was a really challenging time for me. I was supposed to go for therapy. Kept battling things, suicidal thoughts in between, by the way. But yeah, it was 18-year-old D was, yeah, alikuwa masuffering. Alikuwa amekula masuffering. But yeah.
And what is this breakdown of religion you are going through? What was that
Oh
about?
my god, aki mapenzi.
Mapenzi wewe.
Suddenly hadi buibui zinakaa vizuri.
Did you actually get to the point where you are putting on buibuis and everything?
I did. Which explains my love for Deras till now, by the way.
Oh, really?
I actually find some freedom in the Deras and all this
Yes.
white glow. But yeah, I was in the, I almost went. I almost did. It was, to say, 10%. I almost did.
You almost
I
converted your
almost
religion because you loved this guy so
I really
much.
did.
And how do you feel that affected D as a person? Like, this guy, how amazing was he, first of all, for you to even want to change your religion?
He was very basic.
He was very
Looking back, he was amazing at that time, but not for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I had been exposed to so much more. Then again, this is the time that we had downgraded. So I'm used to this kind of life, and then we've come to this kind of life, and then it's glorified in that particular sector and section. It's glorified. So getting a man like this is, wow.
It's very good.
But it wasn't up to standards. I was just holding on for the sake of holding on.
And so, what journey have you been on since then?
Finding myself, healing, so much healing, and not only from that, but from what life had thrown at me at that particular till up to now. So I'd summarize it as 7 good years or 6 good years of self-growth and so much healing and finding Christ and finding myself. So
but I want to bring you to something that happened a few years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay.
4 years ago, you told me you were pregnant.
Yes, and you were shocked.
I was so shocked. I was so shocked when you were pregnant.
Yeah.
And I want you to tell me how you got to that place.
So that's in 20. I got into a relationship in 2018. Things were moving so quickly. I was working with this guy, and he was my friend, and I really liked him, and he liked me, and he was such a nice guy, right? So things were moving on so fast, and like a month or 2 months in, we started dating. That same month, first sleepover happened. I missed my periods. By the way, the first trial, hiyo ilikuwa tu mwosho moja.
Are you serious?
Mwosho moja. Yeah, so I missed my periods. Told him about it. I was like, why are you scared?
I got you.
Gosh,
you,
nakupenda, ukusikia wewe. Ulikuwa nadhani na joke.
Yeah.
And by the way, he was so serious about it. He was an intentional dad, an intentional boyfriend. Had to move in with him.
So wait, so he says he got you, and now you guys decide you're keeping the pregnancy.
Yeah. But I was so skeptical, to be honest. I did not want to. Because campus, my parents.
Had you already started campus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had just started campus.
Okay.
So I'm scared of what my mom would say. This is not something that would happen normally in my family. It's a very religious family, first of all. All these people before me, my siblings, have done it the traditional way, right way, you know, the rites of passage, shule, nini. So I was scared. But when I told my mom and she was cool with it, I was like, okay, if this guy has said he's got me and my mom is okay with it, because my mom's first question was, is he around? Is he available?
Is he present?
Is he a present dad or a present boyfriend? I was like, yeah, he is, because by the way, every single clinic, every single one of them, even if he hadn't slept, he'd take me. The cravings late at night, every single thing, he'd do that. So me tell him that we move in together.
How old are you at this time?
19. No, that's 20 actually. I had just turned 20. Yeah, I had just turned 20. So we moved by then this is in a span of around 4 to 5 months, right? So 2019 ndo hiyo nimeacha kazi because I've gotten sick. He's working, he's taking care of us. We moved to a bigger place, a totally different location, and we eventually have the baby. And then we discover in between, pregnancy is not easy.
Yeah.
You get to discover a lot about your partner, about
Yeah.
yourself. There's so many changes happening, so many emotions, which by the way make you base your decisions on the same,
emotions.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we were at even before the baby came.
So then the baby comes and
The
she's
baby
so beautiful.
comes, thank you. And at
Yeah.
least you go to you're one of the aunties who saw her. But anyway, yeah, the baby comes right before COVID.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were at a very good space and
You
place,
are.
right?
Yes. I
Whether we
remember I
were
liked
business,
that house
right?
actually.
Whether it was really nice. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were at a very good space. Even financially, we were okay. Got so much support from my parents, from my
Wow.
siblings, my friends were coming, you guys came,
Yeah.
and then COVID.
Hit.
COVID hit when my baby was 3 months old. And when COVID hits, he loses his job. We have used most of our savings because I was supposed to go back to work after 4 months.
Yeah.
I cannot go back to work. We have used so much of our savings, so much by the way, that we're barely surviving. COVID hits, he has lost his job. So ni tuangaliane with a newborn who by the way alali hafanyi nini, so you're super irritable all the time.
Because you've not slept
You have
well
not
for
slept well.
days.
I have gained weight. I was from 49 to 63, and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I
You
do
don't
not
even
like
like what you
this. I do
see.
not.
Yeah.
I do not like this, right? So of course the relationship starts being super shaky now, and we get to a point where we can't even stand each other. We cannot even stand each other. Like you just, but that's what now. By the time we are getting to that point, it's way almost in November of 2020. So we have at least we've survived. We've survived because now I've gotten me Nicole. Mbona tusifanye 1 2 3 we get money.
Yeah.
Him is like tuende na kenye nilifanya ama kenye nilisomea ama kenye I
So you
don't
were
want to
trying to
do
make money in other ways,
in other
but
ways.
he's very keen on what
Yeah,
his
yeah,
profession.
yeah. He wasn't comfortable with, so he felt like I was comparing him to people. Yeah, so more or less, yeah, that's about it.
And so now in November of 2020, what happens?
In November of 2020, I remember, okay, I can't really remember what really happened, but then things had started, places had started opening up, kidogo normal, right? And my friend, we were going to my friend's Rurasho, a mutual friend. We were going to his Rurasho, and I remember that day, we weren't even speaking. We just wake up, fanya bitu 1 2 3, and then leave.
Yeah.
So he talks to me like, by the way, I feel like we had an agreement before we started dating where hakuna madharau.
Yeah.
So when we get to point A and you feel like you cannot stand me any longer, usifanye madharau, nisifanye madharau. Let's just leave, right? So he tells me, remember that conversation that we had?
Yeah.
I've gotten to that point. And I feel like I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah.
This relationship is just not doing it for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Thank you for telling me. So what do you think we should do? He tells me, I think you should move out. I think you should move out.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
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 Hmm.
Yeah, just move out.
Tomorrow.
Kesho. So unaona sina job, sina pesa, sina, and I was just wondering, where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to maneuver? My mom had just moved out of her home. Ametafuta a smaller place because now everyone has moved out of home. Anafanya nini nyumba kubwa?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, where am I supposed to
go?
Kwanza, no one in the family knows I'm having issues. And the one person who does, alikuwa zile za pray for him.
Yes,
So you know those ones for let's pray.
Let's pray.
The devil. Shetani, it's the devil.
Yes.
Anajaribu kubreak hii nyumba. Yeah, so he tells me that I go for the Rara show, have a good time or not. I come back and I tell him, so now what we'll do is you're gonna stay with your baby and I look for a place to stay. But up until then, I'm not moving out. so it's not at in 3 days, in a
Yes,
day,
yes.
hiyo haitakuwa possible.
Mm.
So I'll just move out when I'm ready.
Yes.
Hopefully by next week nitapata
Yes.
mahali ya kwenda. He had packed most of my things.
He actually took the
Yeah,
initiative to
yeah.
do the packing.
Yeah, so I packed the rest, nikaekelea kule kwa mlango, and I operated from there for like a week or 2.
Things are in the bag. You're
Zote
just
hadi za
removing
mtoto
clothes
by
from
the
the
way,
bag.
natoa naenda kuosha narudisha zikikauka, so ni kama unaishi kwa mtu. And I used to eat nje na kuja tu kulala.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's up until November, December. That's 2020. Now we get 2021. 2 weeks later, I did not move out, of course.
Oh, you
Ended up
didn't
staying.
move out.
Ended up staying. I talked to him. I was like, if there are issues, we can solve them.
Oh, you're praying for him
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just praying for a way to get out of there. At least kwa naomba nibaki. I won't lie. Because I knew it had gotten to a point where this
It's not
hakuna
working
hizi solviwa
anymore.
tena.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2021, January, February, March, the wedding ya ile Rora show inafanyika.
Oh,
And
the
I don't
guys
know
who
if
did
this,
Rora show,
sijui ni siku zao zinakwanga tu na
hao
mashida.
wako na nooks,
Ni hao
by the
wako na,
way.
sindio? Because now, that day,
for the wedding, for the guys you'd gone for a Rora show.
yes.
For,
So we were supposed to go together. Kulikuwa na curfew. Yeah, 8 p.m. just before it was lifted.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to go together. Then he says he doesn't feel like it.
He doesn't feel like going.
He doesn't feel like going
to the wedding or with you.
Alafu unaona between December and then, si tulisema tuna solve issues.
Yeah.
So kila mtu alikuwa anasema nini namsumbua, right?
Okay.
Mimi nilikuwa na issue ya I feel like you don't want to advance this relationship. Because now I've gotten your baby and I've been telling you twende home.
Yes.
And not usipeleke mahari, usipeleke kitu.
Just let's go and see.
Wacha akuone. Uni mtoto wako. They know the baby, let them see you. Yeah. But I've been talking to them on phone.
Yeah.
So that's not enough.
Yeah.
Twende tu wakuone.
Yeah.
And he was like, my auntie told me, vitu kama hizo hazikubaliki kwetu. You know, and he says also, I'm not ready to marry. By going to your place, it means
I'm serious about you.
Yeah, so can we just wait till you're about 25 so that I can make a decision?
So by this time you're 20.
I am 21. 21. 21. Can you wait till you're 25 so I can make a decision?
And even then, it's not at I'm sure.
Nita make decision nikifika 25.
Nifikirie tena. If it's the one, I will then now let you know and go to your peeps.
And go to your peeps because kwetu hatukubaliwi kufanya vitu zenye nyinyi mnafanya. So let's just wait till you're 25.
Okay.
Right?
What is 5 years?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what is 5 years? Si twende tu na hii government mzima twende. Wakitoka tutoke. Usijistress. Right? Wakitoka tutoke. Wacha kujistress bana. Maneno ya dunia hii.
Hizi vitu za dunia.
Mimi nimechill. Alafu sasa juu kumefunguka, also I've started going back to church.
Yeah.
Because I have a longing. I have a hole. So I have a longing to feel it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just go back to church. The last time nilipa church, nilipata mimba. Wacha tu nirudi, man. Juni kama hapo ndio fulfillment iko.
Because I remember a coffee we had at Java TRM.
Oh my.
Do you remember that day?
I'd forgotten.
So we go to Java TRM and you came and you were looking like you're doing so well.
Yeah.
And I asked you, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
And you're just telling me how you are working in a nightclub.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at you like, what?
Yeah.
How is this what you're doing now? And you're like, oh, this guy, he's so cool. You're living with your cousin.
Yeah.
But, this guy is so nice. This guy is so cool. And then shortly after, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So I hear you just toroka church like this, kidogo you're pregnant.
Imagine. God alikuwa zile za, we kuja, come nikuonyeshe, come, just come.
Come I show you.
Come I show you. Yeah. So, decided to go back to church. Community say you, unajua, people won't say it outrightly to your face.
Everyone is looking at you like, madam,
exactly.
just got pregnant at 20.
20, right?
Yeah.
So decided to go back to church, and by the time I'm doing that, I realized I have been unequally yoked.
You've been unequally yoked.
I've been unequally yoked. And this is why my life is in shambles even right now, right? because I've also been trying to get this guy to know God. But him, he converted kitambo, he's grown up in Coastal, he's Muslim.
Or even him was Muslim.
Yeah,
Na
ni
hii
kama ni
Kiislamu
shida yangu.
imekutafuta.
Akini,
Eish.
it's me. It's me. It's not them. This one I take full
Sila hapo
responsibility.
buibui.
Aki, you know,
Yes.
kid and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah.
So I decide nitamwongelesha.
Yeah.
We talk about this. We go to church because I also mistaki kulea mtoto nje ya kanisa. We're not gonna do that. But he was still cool. Alikuwa zile za whatever you choose for the baby,
You do it.
you do it. Mi sina issue. So go back to church. Na unaanza kupata convictions that leave this person.
Yeah.
And I tell God, we wacha bana. So just do it. I tell him just take control. Like move. Sikumaanisha hivyo. I don't want you to take that control.
Yes.
Not over my relationship.
Not
So
over,
take
take
over
control
finances.
over everything else. Yeah. Give me
Mbona
money.
nini unaanza
Trust me
kuingililia
with
vitu
money.
zingine?
Yes.
So the more I ignore, the more you get hurt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Hii yote ni 2021. All these things have been happening.
You're still living together.
We're still living together. I still haven't moved out. Now the wedding happens.
In March.
In March. Now the wedding happens. When it happened, he didn't want to go. So that means nenda peke yangu na mtoi. I decide kwenda Limuru na mtoto ni shida. Wacha niende niache mtoto kwa mother, then I'll come back. He tells me before I leave the house, he says twice, please be back by 8 p.m. Curfew time, right? Please be back by 8 p.m.
Okay.
Mi niko, so what's happening at 8
p.m.
Anaambia tu juu ya curfew. Niko, hiyo ni lazima. Limuru is just, we are going by 12:30.
Yeah.
Tumeanza kujitoa. We end up going to Limuru. He has told me, by the time I get to Limuru, he's told me like 5 times.
Please be back by 8 p.m.
Yeah. We get to Limuru, we get lost, tunafika time ya reception, start eating, and I'm like, watu ni kama hawajisiki kutoka. Could you kindly send me dough? Because I have kidogo. Nitumie kidogo. Nichukue bike from here to the main stage. Because tuko na ndani. It's like, you see, now you're using that as an excuse of not coming back home at 8. And I get so mad. Because why do you keep telling me
to come back by 8?
And maybe me, hasira inakuaga kwa tumbo. Haitoki, nezalia. So I hang up the phone. My brother calls me, my elder brother, mwenye sijaongelesha in so long, like, please tell so and so to stop calling me about minor issues. Niko amekupigia tie, nikamwelezea, he sends me a G, but we end up going mote sasa, but he sends me the G. I go home and like, kwani you thought ati nilikuwa na joke, kuju jokes, but I'm so mad because I've gone for the baby. Nimerudi home hata before 5. Hadi nimechukua mtoi ndio ujue hata sikukaa. Nimerudi home hata before 5. So I get home, he says it was all jokes, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm so mad. Let's talk in the morning.
Yeah.
That's on Saturday. On Sunday sasa, the following morning, after breakfast, tukaanza kuongea. Alikuwa na sweep carpet rather. That car brush, that kadogo one. So I tell him, because I'm supposed to go to church, let's talk before I leave. Nikamwambia whatever you did yesterday haikunibamba. Ananiambia sasa ukinikatia simu. Nikamwambia nili hang up juu ulikuwa umeshinda umeniambia the same thing. And it was bothering me. He says, and I'll call whomever I want to call. I'll even call your mother next time. I will call whomever I want to call. Na hutaniambia. So this is new. He's never done that. Hajawahi ongea hivi. This is new. Niko, ni sawa. You do what you want to do. So you have their number. You call them. Kumbe it pisses him off. With that car brush, now me saying that. I don't know if he wanted a confrontation. Sijui ama ni juu nilikuwa super calm. Ikambo. With that car brush, akapitisha. No, say why niongelesha hivyo. Did not hit me. Swerved. Petered. Nikaogopa. So, mimi nikakumbuka unajua unatoshana aje wewe. Ukianza kukunjwa hapo utakunjwa. Well, this is my first encounter with a violent man. By the way, 2 years ago sikuwa najua hizi story ni.
Yeah.
Baby nilijua nikaona nikanaweza mchange. Yeah.
He had violent traits.
Yeah. That's why they separated with the ex. Alimpiga. And me being niko, Ebu promise you'll never beat women again. because I know I'll never for sure mi sitawahi kuprovoke, mi si
Huwezi
hiyo type,
pigwa.
alafu mi si type ya kukuprovoke, niko na mdomo but siwezi
Huwezi
kuprovoke, kwena
we ni
mad nashindwa
mpoa.
nashinangwa tu.
Kwa
We'll
hivyo
talk.
huwezi pigwa.
Mi siwezi, mimi ni provoke nipi aish
Huwezi.
please, ule
My
alikuwa yeye,
gosh.
but
The
please
other guy looks
apologize.
so calm. I'm so shocked.
Exactly, and that is the problem, because no one believed that story.
No one believes that he can actually hit
No one
anyone.
believes that he can hit anyone. So even tell my sister, she's like, are you sure? What did you say? What did you do?
You provoked
You
him.
provoked him. I tell my mom, oh, but your mom sasa came later on. I just told my sister and I told my brother.
Yeah.
So after that whole thing, situlinyamaziana the whole day.
Yeah.
Jioni, he tells me, you remember that conversation that we had last year?
Yeah.
The one for moving out?
Yeah.
Aki, what will happen?
You just pack your things
Aki,
and
please
go.
pack your things. I am tired and I'm extremely tired and I do not want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
So just pack your
Go.
things. Please go. Nikamaliza sana enda na mtoto. He's like, don't worry, you'll figure it out. Up until this
So
time,
tadu.
my mom does not know.
What?
The only person who knows ni sister yangu. Brother yangu leo ndo anajua ati nimekuwa nikipitia hizi mashida, and he's so mad because why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Right? I have space at my place.
Yeah.
You could go home. Umefukuzwa home. Sina ulijitoa. Why didn't you tell me? So my mom does not know. Anyway, I pack my things again. Nikapack vizuri nikaziweka kwa mlango again. Right? But now, sahi at least niko na beshte.
Yeah.
Mwenye neza call. So my friend calls me, tunapiga story, and says, how are you? Wrong move. I start breaking down. She's like, I'm coming. Alikuwa tuchacha around, akakam kwangu, tukaenda rooftop, tukaanza kupiga story. Anaanza, manze mbona hujaisema hizi stuff? Niko unaambia mtu akufanyie. You know, why would I tell you? Ungesaidia aje. Yeah? So she tells me I'm going to go store for work. And I'm going away for 3 months. But I already moved out and I have a place. Na hii place iko na vitu uta need. Iko na gas na iko na bed, man. Hiyo ndio kitu una need.
Yep.
Na nimelipia for 3 months. So how about you go stay there for those 3 months? I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Right? Because I even told her I don't want to go back home. I can't go back home. She tells me tutatafuta tu job and we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
So you just go stay at my place. And that's what I do. Kesho yake nikaanza kumove nini. Kesho yake was a Monday. She calls me. She tells me my former boss is looking for someone to work for her.
Oh wow.
Are you interested? Right? Mi niko sawa, man. That's good money. Hiyo ni do mob. Nitaweza jipanga. Akaniambia sawa, wacha nikulink. Na akanilink na ninapiga simu naambia manzera ungekuwa hapa jana. Anza tu unaweza kama saa ngapi? Come. And that's how I started working.
Yeah.
So nikamwambia by the way unakaa na mtoi. Mimi siendi mali na mtoto wako.
Yeah.
Juu hanyonyi.
Yeah.
Siendi mali na mtoi. Sina mali ya kwenda.
Yeah.
Uko na hao. Nuko na job.
Yes.
Chukua mtoto.
Take care of the baby.
Yeah, take care of the baby. So I start working. I have moved out. I'm moving out kidogo. Finish moving out. Napita tu kutoka job, napitia na mtoi. Naenda kulala naye namrudisha morning. Hivyo. Ikakuwa hivyo for a while. Then he's like, hey, this one is new. You're not going to your mom's shop. So where are you going? Kambia, oh yeah, I got a job. Like, yeah, that's great. Sai tunaweza buy vitu tunata. Bombastic side. You and who?
Mnaweza buy nini?
You and who?
Vitu zenye mnataka kwa nyumba.
Kwa nyumba.
So wewe sasa umepata pesa umekuwa bibi tena.
Usharudi.
Wife.
Si urudi home.
Wife.
Manze na nimekumiss. Manze na kuna baridi. Na unajuanga kupika, sasa ndo nimerealize. Kumbe kupika inakuanga hard hivi. Right? So I'm just telling him this cannot work.
Yeah.
I can overlook a lot of things, but I can never overlook madharau.
Yes.
This one that you did was not rightly madharau.
Yeah.
So let's just mimi beshte yako, man. Tulikuwa mabeshte, tutakuwa mabeshte. Na tutakuwa parent with it.
Yeah.
Kaudai, it's all okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. So yeah, mi nikaendelea na maisha yangu, started healing, nini, even got the courage to talk to my mom, which by the way broke her heart. Sasa ako, ili happen when? Niko between last year and this year, mom, like 3 months ago. She cannot believe it because I've been going to my mom's every weekend.
But you never speak about it.
I never speak about it. She did not know. It broke her, alilia, mi niko, ili happen, nika happen, man. Sasa tutadu.
Let's go back.
We tumalize, man. Sasa tutadu. Yeah, so anyway, in between 2021, that's what I was doing. I kept working. Nikaanza kujijenga pole pole. Even started buying new clothes. That was such a big deal for me, by the way. That was such a big deal for me. Started taking better care of myself. Started taking better care of my baby, and he moved out again, akatoka tu hiyo place juu tulikuwa tunaonana sana.
Yeah.
So his friend calls me and ananiambia, manze, kenye ulifanya si poa. His friend and the auntie, unakumbuka ule auntie wa hisi nini yetu?
It's not our culture.
So the auntie na the husband wananika kwa conference call kila saa. Niaje, nasikia ulipata job ukamea. I wish you guys knew. Because hii job imekam tu afterwards, after nimetoka hadi kwangu, man.
Yeah.
So the auntie, the friends kept calling me and ananiambia, si tuliambiwa ulipata job, kapata do, ukadecide utaki relationship. So unaona umemwachana mtoi. Na by the way, nikiangalia kwa nini yao naona yenyewe ina make sense. Inakaa kuwa hivyo. It makes so much sense. Yes. Getting money, living, glow up, umeanza, leave the baby.
Yeah,
you're quite young.
Yeah.
Na unafanya nini mtu?
Unaweza pata machali
please. Huyu atakuwa obstacle.
Yeah.
It made sense. I did not even feel the need to defend myself. I was like, it's fine. Nitakuja tu kuambia ukweli. Mimi manzi siji explain. Na ikaisha hivyo. Right? That's how I ended up moving on. And by moving on, I mean, mimi si yet in another relationship, but it's just, I let go. Yes. Again, church iko hapo katikati. So I've started working na nimeanza pia kwenda kuingia kwa ministry. So I'm serving also. So fulfillment imeanza ku come through. Nimeanza kuona manze, I am worth so much more.
Yeah.
And I've been, the love that I've been seeking, ndio inaanza kufind hapa.
In God.
Imekuwa hapo all along. Mimi nilikuwa natafuta ingine, right? Yeah, so 2021, 2022 kidogo, in a nutshell.
And where is the baby now?
Masa before now. Okay. See, they moved pamoja, right? So nilikuwa namuona daily, imefika point namuona weekends peke yake.
Okay.
Yeah, so namuona weekends and then anarudi. Ama tunaweza shinda na the whole day because now I'm working tomorrow.
Yeah.
Namrudisha hiyo siku. So mtoto ako na yeye until nikafika point yenye sasa I quit work. I started my own business. I was doing so well for myself and I decided to bring my baby to my mom's. Nikatafuta tu house help mzuri because we were struggling to find a nanny. That was the problem all along. So we found a very good nanny. Nikaona badala ishi kwangu, wacha ishi kwa madhe.
Yeah.
Kishi kwa madhe and tukachukua sasa mtoto.
Yeah.
And that was now what we were doing. Mtu yakabaki kwa madhe up until the time I decided to move out of my place.
And stay with your mom
and
now.
Stay with my mom.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful story. It's interesting how I feel like there's been such growth even in you as a person through all these things. Would you say like what role has God really played in all this, and your spirituality, your faith? What is the role that it has played up to this point?
I came to know God, which is very important, and I wish more people did this. I came to know God as a father, not as a provider only. Because we've limited God so much so, ile unaombanga unamwambia help me.
Yes.
But
ATM relationship.
Yeah. Exactly. So we've made God a dandora, a dump site. Wacha ni dump vitu zangu hapa lakini sitawaichukua kitu. So I came to know God as a father. And I started experiencing his love as a daughter. So ikakuwa ni man God, today I'm hurt.
Yeah.
This happened at work. This happened with my friend. This happened. I need you. Yes. I need you to come embrace me. Just do this. I do not even need anything else from you. Do wacha ibaki kwanza. I just need you as a dad. Ni shield, ni protect. And from then till now, I think I'm still experiencing his love as a dad. Which also intentionality helped. Because ilikuwa siko lukewarm tena.
Yeah.
Hakuna story ya in and out. Kwa dunia napatikana. Napa nje niko representing. Representing.
Depends on the day of the week.
Exactly. Sato tuta turn up and then Sunday,
tutarudi
church.
Yeah.
Because nani alisema hizi vitu ni sin. Mwana wapi imeandikwa kwa Bible.
Ni sin.
Relax bana. So you see I started experiencing his love.
Yeah.
Which made me have a hunger, a deeper one for him, the Holy Spirit. Ikakuwa sasa mimi nadai hizi vitu. Kwa nini wewe unaongea in tongues? Kwani wewe ni nani?
Hata mimi naweza
ongea in tongues. Na kwa curious na kuzaniaje, when ulianza kuongea in tongues uliomba aje? Ulimwambia aje?
Yeah.
Unaniambia tu nifungue mdomo hata waka. Nasema nikifungua mdomo nafikiria vitu zingine.
Yeah.
Na naongea vitu zangu na nakukopi. Are you sure it's like this? Are you sure? Until I started experiencing him and his love
Deeply.
very, very deeply. Mos. Si eti bado nilikuwa nishaachana na vitu za dunia by the way. Zilikuwa
Step by
lakini
step.
sasa niko zile za hazinibambi anymore.
Yeah.
So ni nini nitadu nifike kwa cross mbio na ni stay. I think that's the most important, ya kustay na ni stay hapo.
Yeah. Wow. And what would you say has been what has been the effect of you getting a baby so early? Do you even think it's early? It was in good time? And what was the effect of that happening? Do you feel like there are chances you lost? Do you think like there are things you never got to do? What was the effect of you getting a baby at 20?
So we have the cons, of course, the cons and the pros. So I'll start with the cons. Of course, there are opportunities I've missed. There's no I'm gonna work outside the city or the country or wherever. Sasa niko limited. Nakuwa limited. Kai koni yangu ni moja. Nakuwa too limited, in short. Pros. I think she saved me.
Wow.
I think she saved me, and I think that's the most important one. It's just a blanket of her saving me.
Yeah.
Saving me in terms of finances. I stopped spending so much because now I have a baby I have to focus on. Saved me because I got to experience another love that I never knew existed. Saved me because I got to experience so much sacrifice. Kuna vitu sitadu juu niko na mtoi na si ati anani limit, naweza do lakini sitaki. Right? Saved me because also now even with me getting into another relationship, it means what are you zina change.
Yes.
Sikuji na tall, dark and handsome. Hizo zilisha. Tall, brown and handsome. Sijui nini ati married. Inaisha kidogo. Well, married.
We don't mind. Yeah.
But kuna priorities zimefika mahali zimechange. Because now what can you do for me as a person? I'm no longer interested in going out, you doing what, ati you taking me out for dinner. I love those things, but they're not long term.
They're not your priority.
So now I've gotten a baby. I'm thinking long term.
Yeah.
Long term investments, savings, friendships, relationships. So if I do this today, how will it affect her
me
tomorrow?
Wow.
Right? So in some way or in all ways, she saved me. She really did, because ata mimi niko zile I want to be a great example to this child.
Yes.
I no longer want to be the D that you guys knew.
Yeah.
Aki may want more.
Yes.
But there's also again a downside to that, because even if I desire a relationship, I cannot get into one that quickly.
Yes.
You might be a man of God, you might have all these other qualities that I really, really desire, but are you willing to accommodate my child? Because I also don't want to be selfish at inaanza kukuimposia
a child.
Because it's a huge responsibility. It is a huge responsibility. Yeah. And the cliche one for, they might get back together. Izo ujinga kila mtu sema, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about that? And I don't need to ask you. I'll see. I want to notice how you react around children, around her, if you ever get the chance to meet her, if you ever get the chance to hear about her. But I start with, my name is, and I am a mother. And I am so proud of that.
Yes.
Yeah? So it has grounded me also.
It has grounded
you. It has grounded me.
Wow. Wow. That is so beautiful. I think as we come to a close, I would love to know what are the dreams and aspirations that you now have, like moving on to the future? Like, what are some of the things that you really want, as a Queen Qong? What are the things you're looking out for, like, moving forward to achieve?
Growth. And especially now, there are things I wanted to do for myself before 25.
Yes.
And I am approaching 25.
Yes. And
I still haven't done these things. And now it's even worse because the baby is there. So I want to grow so much financially, mentally, with how I interact with people, with how I interact with myself, with how I carry myself, with how I love myself. So growth for one. Me, everything around me is just centered around Jesus. Yeah. Hata relationship yangu na Christ nataka ikue way better.
Yeah.
way better. So despite having the money, the cars,
Yes.
the fame, if it
Yes.
will be there,
Yeah.
I still want to be called a baby girl of Jesus.
Oh,
Like I want
wait.
everything I represent
Ikuwe baby girl wa
ikwe baby
Jesus.
girl wa Jesus. Manze na si ile atu ya kuforce na
Yeah.
kuwaimposia.
Yeah.
Ni ile life yangu
It
reflect
shows.
hiyo, right?
Yes.
So moving forward, I just want to be known as a baby. Let that define me. Let Jesus define me. Let the Holy Spirit define me. Manze dreams zangu, kila kitu yangu inaweza kuwa inaenda contrary to what he wants, and contrary to his will.
Wow.
So even as I'm working towards all this, with the classes, with everything, the business, with everything else, if he says stop, hata kama ilikuwa tamu aje, inakuwa let's
Inaishia
stop.
hapo.
Tumeachia hapa, man. Yeah.
And what would you advise 18-year-old D who was coming to me as a woman?
Yeah. Well,
What would you tell her? Would she still come to me as a woman?
Oh my God. No. What? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I would say, to be very honest. That wasn't love. You have not experienced love.
Yeah.
Aki, relax. Pump, enjoy life. Campus, excans, all these things.
Breathe.
Enjoy them.
Yeah.
It's not. And by the way, you do not really like babies as much as you think you do. D, you don't.
You
You really don't. You really don't. You just like your child.
Yeah.
You really don't. But just pump the brakes. Hizi
Pump
vitu ni
the
za dunia. You see how they usually tell you, hizi vitu za dunia. The boys will be there.
Yeah.
Aki, it's true. It's true. And better boys will be there later on. Because
better
now,
boys will be there.
what akili imefunguka, you've gotten money, you've grown, you're more beautiful.
Yes.
They will be there.
So just pump
Just
the brakes.
pump the brakes. Achana na maisha, wacha kujifanya 25
kukimbiza.
nuko. Wachana na watu wa 30 waishi 30. Wewe ishi 18. Enjoy the season that you're in. Enjoy the season that you're in. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, D, for honoring me with your presence.
Honored.
Thank you for listening in to Qonging. Thank you for watching Qonging. And let's meet here next week. Same place, same time with more Qongers.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.